Hey, man. Hey, man. I got a joke for you. Another one? Want to hear it? Absolutely not. Keep it to yourself. Okay, here goes. I've been working on this one for a while now, and I think it's my best ever. Once upon a time, there was a guy named Dan. He was a total dork. One day, he fell into a deep, dark well. No one even noticed that he was gone. And he died there all alone. I can't say it's the funniest joke I've ever heard. In fact, if it was anyone other than you saying that to me right now, I'd immediately call the cops because I think it was some kind of threat to my well-being or something. But I will say this, you've come a long ways with your writing chops because some of those early ones were really, really bad. Which of the old ones were bad? All of them? It was just the same variation on a sentence. Dan was walking down the street, suddenly a piano fell on his head, and he died. When I told you that wasn't funny and you got to keep working on it, you came back 2 weeks later and you changed it to Dan was walking down the street, suddenly a car fell on his head and he died. Then it was a refrigerator, then it was a tree, then it was like 50 other things falling on my head. I mean, where would a whale come from while I'm walking down the street? You know, those jokes weren't even close to funny. They were confusing for anyone to try and figure out. Anyways, I'm glad you've moved beyond that era of fall on my head comedy. Well, what's wrong with this one? I told it to Steve. He thought it was hilarious. In fact, he told me I had to tell it to you. Yeah, well, different people looking at a scenario from different perspectives can laugh at a lot of different things happening within it. In fact, I would say that Steve might actually have been laughing at how completely unfunny your joke was and how earnestly you tell it rather than the quality of the joke itself. Besides, I don't think Steve likes me too much these days after you drove over his cat and told him it was me. So there's that too. Well, it was your car that did it. True enough. It was my car, and that's why you will never drive it ever again. Okay. So what's wrong with my joke then? Well, for one, you gotta stick some kind of twist in there and surprise your audience. Something falling on my head, it's a setup or it's a punchline, but it's not a joke. And dude, avoid death. You know, you don't want people to feel guilty about laughing at something. Now, unless you work in a room full of Nazis or KKK who enjoy other people suffering. In that case, go nuts, man. Have at it. Yeah, but everyone laughs at you all the time. Yeah, I know that. But if you're ever thinking of doing this for a living, you might want to develop a slightly larger audience than only people who dislike me and would take pleasure in my death. Why exactly are you writing all these jokes all of a sudden? Pete, he wants me to be the MC at his nephew's wedding this summer. He says I'm the craziest guy he knows and that I'd be really good at it. Yeah, dude, I don't see you MCing anything as being a good idea. In fact, I'll be calling Pete to warn him because I'm pretty sure that this is going to turn out really, really badly for all involved. Well, you know what they say in the entertainment biz. Any publicity is good publicity. As long as they spell the name right. No, bad publicity as a wedding MC isn't good publicity. It's just bad publicity. A wedding reception is where two young, happy people are trying to create a wonderful day, full of good memories that last a lifetime. They don't want to watch some nasty person they barely know hurl threatening insults at their dearest friends and family. Dude, I can tell you right now, there will be many, many very angry people once you finish with them. Geez, man, if everyone's so thin-skinned, it's their problem. Not mine. People got to toughen up these days, bro. You know, if World War II were fought today, we'd be on our hands and knees begging the Germans, oh, please don't hurt our feelings. Please don't hurt our feelings. It's a world of babies we live in now, man. Anyways, if you're so smart, Mr. Bill Cosby, how would you fix my joke? How would I fix it? I don't know. There once was a guy named Dan. He was a total dork. One day, he fell into a deep, dark well. No one even noticed that he was gone, and he died there all alone. When the local townsfolk found out what happened, they were thrilled Dan was dead, because for many years he had been their village idiot, but wasn't actually very good at the job. With him out of the way, they could now get the guy they really wanted to fill the position, Dan's best friend. After just a few days on the job, the villagers realized that their new idiot was the greatest one they ever had. Maybe the greatest in the history of all mankind. And Dan's friend also loved it because he was finally being recognized for his one true talent. And everyone lived happily ever after. The end. That's not funny. Actually, it's kind of mean. Yeah, well, sorry. I didn't have 2 weeks to come up with anything better. But at least you didn't die in the end. Well, I'm doing the wedding, and it's going to be one for the ages. I'm out of here. I got some jokes to write. Just a heads up. Bill Cosby is not such a good reference these days. He's known for interests outside the comedy world.